It's toss time here in the iconic Sharjah Cricket Stadium, where we're all set for the opening game of Sigma Premier League Season 3 2025. We're expecting to have an absolute crackerjack, a blockbuster of a game. It's London boys taking on Rad and Dust. Rad and Dust captain, you've got the coin. Please give it a spin. Tails is the call. It's Tails. Won the toss. What's the plan? Could you please come forward, have a few words?
Start the bowling first.
Deciding to bowl first. How much do you think you would want to restrict and the target you're setting in your mind?
That's all after we'll tell you. Okay, I don't have any idea. It's okay.
Best of luck. Give us a good game. Well, the toss not going your way. If you were on the toss, what was your plan to do on the surface?
I was planning to take a bat.
Now that you're batting first, how much do you think will be a decent target you would want to post?
We never know. It's the first game. So let's watch all the matches. First or second match, then we can decide the according to
It's your first game. How's the mood in the camp?
Fine. Hope so. It will go well.
Give us a good game. Best of luck. Right then, so that's the news from the center, is that London boys, they won the toss and they decided to bowl first. Well, there you go. The news and the confirmation coming in from the center is that London boys, after winning the toss, they've decided to bowl first. And I think that's a good decision to bowl first on this wicket. I was there in the middle. There's a lot of green on the surface, so you do expect a bit of early bounce, early movement in this wicket. This is going to be an exciting contest. It is Sigma Premier League Season 3, and it's day one, match number 1. London boys taking on Rad and Dust, and this is expecting to be an absolute blockbuster of a contest. Right, there will be seconds away from this exciting contest. That is the playing 11 for Rad and Dust. Salim, Haris Abdullah, Hassan Darwish, Marshook, Ashwaq, Anis, Shahul, Denim, Rizwan, Ishtiaq and Shabir Ali. Quite a balanced looking side of Rad and Dust. You can see plenty of batting in their lineup, so we do expect some fireworks early on when we'll be seeing Salim, Haris Abdullah, especially Hassan, Marshook, pretty much known for the big hits, and that is what is going to be expected out of this game. Also talking about another very talented side is London boys, Salim, Babu, Adnan Bashir, Nishad, Shanu, Mikhdad, Salim, Fasil, Shafiq, Shabir Baby and Mubir. So another very talented looking side. You can see quality bowlers in the lineup. You'll see Mubir, Shabir, Shafiq will be bowling with the new ball, and I believe we'll be seeing some initial movement. But the challenge on this surface is you need to ensure you try to pitch the ball up in this fresh track. It is green surface, so you do expect a lot of bounce and early movement for the fast bowlers. When we talk about of Sharjah Cricket Stadium wicket, it's quite different as to what we have seen in the past. It's usually very dry. You hardly see any grass on the surface, but today the story is completely different. There's a lot of green on the wicket. And that's why I keep on saying that it's a good decision, I believe. The captain of London Boys, the moment he called the coin toss right, he had absolutely no hesitations to be bowling first. Well, there you go. London Boys, they're raring to go. And they seem to be pretty confident. Also, the captain was very confident during the toss. They know that they are playing for the prize just next to them. Look at them. They're all just having a quick look at the prize as to what they are battling out for here in this Sigma Premier League Season 3 2025. What a beautiful, lovely crystal trophy right in front of our eyes. The two umpires have already made their way in the center, mind you. It's not going to be all that easy, I believe, for London Boys, as the temperature here in Sharjah, it's absolutely scorching heat out there. It's humid, it's muggy. There's hardly any breeze out there. There you go, the captain having a few words with his team, just a few words of wisdom as to what the plan is. I'm sure they would be having a strategy in their mind. And that should be to try to pick up early wickets. That's where you can just really put that extra bit of pressure on the opponents early on. It's going to be interesting. The first couple of overs, I believe, is going to be very interesting. We'll have to wait and see if there is going to be movement. There they are. London Boys ready to go. There was a lot of excitement in the camp. The boys, they know that they have a big game against Rad and Dust, who too we know are a very talented side. We'll see their batters come out and they'll try to ensure that they give their team a quick start, especially the first 2 to 3 overs. Just lay the tone, set the tone rather early onwards. This, I believe, is going to be an exciting passage of play. The first 30 minutes are going to be very, very important, I believe, for both the sides. And also, talking about the other teams who will be in action later on this evening, they're here as well. So they will be having this advantage just to see what exactly this wicket has to offer. If there is any kind of movement, which I believe is going to be there, because there's a lot of green on the surface. So you do expect a lot of movement early on. Captain out there just ensuring the field should be right. It's going to be interesting to see. We don't really see slips in place in a shorter format game. But let's see what the captain has up his sleeve. Which of the two fielders he is going to be placing them outside the circle. I believe it all depends as the bowler is going to take the ball in, he's going to take the ball out. So it's going to be a fascinating game of cricket. Game 1 of Sigma Premier League Season 3 2025. There you can see that the bowler is marking his run up. There will be a few butterflies in the stomach of the batters when they come out to take on the speedster. There they are, Rad and Dust. Two very, very fine openers making their way in the center. You can see the applaud coming in from the background. A lot is expected from these two men on your screen. I want these two to really get off to a flyer and just get that pressure out of the way when you come out to really bat in the first game of a new tournament. It's never going to be all that easy. But then these two, we have seen in the past as well what they are capable of. They can really take the bowling apart. And that is what I believe the crowd here would be wanting to see. There they are. In they come. You can just hear a loud cheer behind the background. So much is expected on the shoulders. Fist on the gloves. And they are making their way in the center. The two quality openers. One thing you need to ensure when you're bowling against these two openers who are pretty much known for the big hits they can offer. But they can just take maybe just one over, a couple of overs to have a look, have a feel of the surface. Because when you see green on the top, So you aren't really sure if there's going to be bounce, if there's going to be a swing early on. But looking at the surface, I believe it's going to be slightly uneven. So time will tell as the batter is about to be taking his first delivery. Talking about the field setup they've got. Right. So they've decided to take a long on in place. And the second fielder, I guess, is going to be a deep fine leg. Yeah. That should be the right field setup. So they don't have a slip in place, which is quite obvious. You don't really see a slip in place when you are watching a shorter format. A packed offside field. They've got a short third. They've got a gully in position, point cover, mid off, and a short leg alongside a short mid wicket as well. Right then, so they've decided to get the fine in the circle and they've decided to have a long off in position. So with this field, you can't really afford to be bowling short. You'll have to bowl full and straight and ensure you get all the advantages of this wicket early on with the new ball. Right then, we're all set for the first ball of match number 1. Sigma Premier League Season 3 2025 is going to be underway. As you can see that the bowler is all set and in readiness to be bowling his first delivery of the game. Oh, short delivery, and I think he's missed out. Not too sure if he was expecting that surprise short bumper early on. But that first delivery just gives you an indication the ball really didn't come onto the bat. It just ever so slightly did hold up into the surface. And just seems like that's one of the reasons the batter slightly got delayed while offering the shot. Once again, short and wanted to clear the cover fielder, which I believe is the right option because there's no protection towards the cover region. Heavy patrolling towards the offside. The fielders are in the circle, so the idea was right, but couldn't really time on that occasion. Ishtiaq, fine talent. A good start by Shafiq, couple of dot deliveries to start off proceeding. Shot once again. Oh, brilliant bit of work. Excellent fielding. And certainly it seems like he saved a few runs for his side. Because that was really traveling at the rate of knots. But Ishtiaq will be mighty relieved after getting off strike. Opens his account in his first game. There you go, the officials having a close eye in this opening encounter of this tournament. Rizwan, another very handy batter, left-handed, technically very sound, very stylish, very comfortable in his own skin. So I have to wait and see if he'll take his time initially or he'll just play his natural game, and that is to really go big. Oh, beautifully bowled. Excellent delivery coming around the wicket. Just trying to create the angle and completely outdone Rizwan on that occasion. Quite a few changes have been made in the field already. And good to see, Mushtaq and Rizwan having a quick word. And I'm pretty much optimistic Ishtiaq would have told Rizwan to just play a little late because the ball is already holding up to the surface. Drill down the ground, quick single. Oh, nicely done. Brilliant bit of work. Good coordination between Rizwan and Ishtiaq. Now, one thing you need to ensure, even if it's a shorter format, you do understand at times you're not really getting the ball of the middle of the bat, you're not really getting the boundaries and the maximums. So what you need to ensure that at least you rotate strike. It just adds some pressure on the opponents. And as we speak, they've made another change in the field. So the third man goes back and they've got a long on in position. So the long off fielder is now coming in the circle. Good over so far, just a couple of runs given by Shafiq. Nicely done, quick single, and it's a good start by London Boys. Bowling first, and Shafiq has delivered in his first over, giving 3 runs. 1 over gone, 3 for no loss. Well, this is a very good start to this innings. Just the 3 runs is what has been given in the first over. Nishad to be sharing the new ball. Another very talented right arm seam bowler. Doesn't really bowl with express pace, but has the tendency to really move the ball around, and that is what you need from your attack bowlers. Utilize, get the maximum you can of this green surface here in the iconic Sharjah Cricket Stadium. Nishad would be looking to swing the ball early on, and the idea should be to ensure he doesn't really pitch the ball short. We saw in the first over Shafiq did ball slightly shorter, got away on a couple of occasions. So maybe Nishad can just take a leaf out of the notebook of Shafiq and try to ensure he bowls in the right channel. So he's got a long on in position alongside a deep third man in position. So he would want to keep the ball onto the line of the stumps. Rad and Dust, there you go. The dugouts seem to be pretty relaxed at the moment. They know that these first 3 to 4 overs are going to be so important. Want these two really to get off to a flyer. Ishtiaq and Rizwan. Short delivery, it's been hit hard. This fielder is quite wider. Bit of a fumble, and Rizwan was a little interested to come back for the second, but Ishtiaq said no way. Don't want to be losing your wicket in the form of a run out. There you go. So much excitement there in the camp. You can see how much it means, this opening game for Rad and Dust. The captain, mind you, was super confident when he came out to come out for the toss. And didn't really mind to be batting first. On this surface, if you can get somewhere around 90, between 90 and 100, that's going to be a good target to set. Coming around the wicket. Oh, brilliant bit of glove work behind the stumps. There seems to be an absolute live wire in a jiffy in a split of a second. He really did a good job to dislodge the bails in a jiffy. Look at that. Oh, brilliant work. Nicely done. Rizwan just having a polite inquiry to the umpire as to if that was a no ball, but I think it was a very good delivery. So a surprise shot bumper early on by Nishad. And that's something which you don't really see the fast bowlers really coming in and bending their back, trying to bowl short. So Nishad certainly does have a plan in his mind. This is a short delivery and it's got the full treatment. What a brilliant hit. That is a huge maximum. Nishad just getting slightly predictable, opting to bowl short to this man. And that's something you can't bowl. That's way too short. It's gone for a huge maximum. What a start for Rizwan. That's the first maximum of the tournament. There was a loud cheer from the dugout for Rizwan. And certainly that is going to settle some nerves early on when you come out to bat. What a hit. Oh, brilliant. That's a brilliant comeback. Nishad reading the wicket well now because he's realized bowling short isn't really going to be so helpful, and pitching at the right length, and completely deceived Rizwan on that occasion. A few spectators out there as well enjoying this game. Mind you, it's not the best of conditions out there because it's hot and very humid out there, muggy conditions. So hats off to these men in the middle. Short once again, but not getting the middle of the bat. Good bit of running. I don't really think both the teams will be minding this start. First over, just the 3 runs, and now Rad and Dust are on the move. They do realize that whilst the fielders are outside the circle, that's where, or rather inside the circle, you would want to ensure you get the maximum runs you can in the first 3 to 4 overs. And it will really relieve a lot of nerves. There you go, the crowd out there. Bellstone, you will be seeing them later on in the evening in action. For now, enjoying a game of cricket. Watching these very two talented sides locking horns. He's missed out. Certainly he's missed out. You can see he's annoyed with himself. There was shot. He was there to be hit. But just trying to hit it slightly a bit too hard, and that is why I couldn't get the connection. So after being hit for a 6, Nishad, he's done well. Giving 1 run, he would want to close out the over well. Beautifully done. That is a very good delivery. Perfect length and equally well played by Istiaq. It's 2 gone. 12 for no loss. A good last over for Rad and Dust. Now this has been completely deceived Rizwan on that occasion. Shafiq, he's doing the right thing at the moment. I haven't really seen him bowl short stuff on this wicket, and that's what you want from your ace premier bowlers, to really ensure you pitch the ball up. And that's where I believe the LBWs and even the bowls could be coming in equation, because there is some movement in the surface. Beautifully done. Excellent Yorker. and equally well played as well. Good bit of running yet again. So that is one thing which is quite admirable, that the two batters, if they don't really get the boundaries, but they ensure to keep on rotating strike. It just gives you an indication that these two have very good coordination and camaraderie between each other. Mind you, they've played a lot of cricket with each other, Ishtiaq and Rizwan. So they know their strengths and weaknesses. The calling has been pretty much loud and clear as well. That's good to see. Right then, so he's got a long off in position alongside a long on. So bowling short is going to be not the right idea. Does well, cut away with precision. Excellent stroke. And this is a lightning quick outfield here in the Sharjah Cricket Stadium. And if you do hit these kind of shots, certainly you do get full value out of the shots you offer on this surface. So now good to see that both the batters have gotten a good start, and they would want to ensure they convert this 7 into a big one in their opening game. That is going to do a world to their confidence. Oh, not the best of deliveries. It's beaten everyone. We'll have to wait for the signal of the umpire if that has ricocheted off his pads, or... Oh, it has. He's given runs, so it's come off from his bat, which is quite surprising. I, for a moment, thought that it's just beaten everyone. But good for Rizwan, getting a couple of more runs to his tally. 18 runs at the moment. How much are they eyeing Rad and Dust? Surely more than 100. Because they have gotten the start. One more big over, and I believe they will be at the driving seat. Going down the leg side. He's missed out an opportunity. It was drifting down the leg side, and there was nobody patrolling towards the deep square leg area. So if he would have gotten that from the bat, surely would have gotten some runs. Decent over, even though he was struck for a boundary in the third ball. Still, he's managed to give just the 6 runs. So if he can complete the over well, I think Shafiq will be pretty much happy in the end. This has been smoked towards the offside. Long chase, and he gives it up. What an over coming in here for Rad and Dust. They're on the move, and that full toss delivery has gotten the full treatment. Lovely stroke, clearing his front leg, making some room, and has found the gap yet again to conclude the third over. It's 22 for no loss. Well, this is an excellent start here for Rad and Dust. 22 on the board, and we haven't really seen them taking any unnecessary chances. They've respected the good deliveries, but anything loose or anything short, they've ensured they take full advantage of it, and have gotten their team off to a good start. Nishad to continue. That's been flicked away towards the deep square leg, and oh, he's given it up. Or has he stopped that? It's going to be interesting. Yeah, it just looks like that's gone towards the boundary again. So things aren't looking too bright at the moment. London boys started off so well, giving 3 runs. But then look at that. There was a lot of risk of element involved in that shot, because if he would have missed that, that could have really brought the LBW into equation. Nonetheless, trusting his instincts is Ishtiaq, already on 12. Took his time initially, and that's quite understandable, because you're playing your first game on a new surface. So you would want to assess the conditions, the surface. trying to hit that a little too hard on that occasion. Ishtiaq completely just losing his balance as well. You can see he was shuffling across the stumps. That's where I believe Nishad could target his stumps, because if he misses, the umpire will surely come into play. Rizwan and Ishtiaq, both of them, the style of their gameplay is to really go after the bowling, and in a shorter format, that's what you need from the two openers in the middle. Shot once again, missed out. That was a short delivery and it was way outside the offside channel. So all he had to do is just cut and place it towards the point, between the point and gully, and he would have got value. You can see how close is this shot, third man. Quite straight, so Nishad, he would want to ensure he doesn't really pull it on that offside channel. Oh, what a super shot that is coming in from the plate of Rizwan. Nishad just getting slightly predictable, and it just seems like Rizwan was waiting all day for this kind of a delivery and has really tonked this down the ground for another boundary. So 9 runs already of the first 4 deliveries. This could just turn out to be a big over. And when you are on song, when you are in this kind of a mood, you wouldn't want to change or shift gears. You would want to ensure you keep the momentum in your favor and keep hitting these power hits. Oh, it's a fine shot once again. Rizwan is decided to cut loose. Make that the 3rd boundary in the over. Nishad has completely lost the plot and is not really sure where to bowl to this man. You ball full, he hits it down the ground. You ball short, he cuts you towards the offside. Such a dangerous customer is Rizwan. And not really good news for London boys, because Rad and Dust, they're off to a blistering start. All the shots we have seen, majority of them, they've ensured that they play along the carpet. That's good to see. They've played some lovely cricketing strokes. Always looking in control are these two openers. Now this is high up in the air. Couple of bounces into this fence. It's a massive over. 4 boundaries. And you can see how satisfied the dugout is, because they know that Rizwan has really given them the best of starts. Yet again, 2 full, a lot of room offered, and Rizwan doing the smart thing, just clearing the fielders in the inner circle, gets a boundary to close out an expensive over. It's 4 gone, 39 for no loss. Well, this left-right combination is certainly putting a lot of doubts and questions in the mind of the bowlers. You can see both the attacking bowlers couldn't really find their lengths. They were just trying a bit too hard, trying to bowl too quick. And that's where they lost the plot. Bowled way too full. And the two openers, Ishtiaq and Rizwan, have taken full advantage. So we're going to have a change in the bowling, because both the two attack bowlers were slightly expensive. He's got a long on in position, a deep mid wicket, a long off, and a deep cover in position. The field is now open, so the bowlers will have the privilege to just play around with their lengths. That's what you need when you bowl in shorter formats. You can't really be predictable. You have to keep up mixing your pace, your trajectory, your lengths. Just keep the batters guessing at all time. Lovely. That's a very good start, keeping things very simple, and that's what you would want to see from your experienced campaigner. Try to ensure you don't really give room to either of these two batters. We've already seen what's been happening in the first 4 overs, where they tend to bowl a bit too loose, gave them freebies. Well, that's a short delivery. They might just consider to come back for the second. Rightfully so, sent back by his partner. So they have gotten the start which I believe they would have desired to. The first 4 overs, they've utilized to their advantage. Rizwan and Ishtiaq, they haven't lost a wicket, mind you. So we might just see a big target, maybe 120, 130 also could be on the cards if these two stay there. Now this one has been worked away, but there is protection. Oh, brilliant bit of work. Excellent bit of fielding. And there's a loud cheer from the dugout, from the camp, from the supporters. He's certainly saved a few runs for his side. That is something which you would want from your teammates. It just uplifts the mood in the camp. Miqdad bowling a short delivery which kept on going away from Rizwan. Miqdad, another very fine talent, has started well. Nicely placed towards point region. So playing very smart. I really like this approach from Ishtiaq. Mind you, we know how talented and how destructive he could be if he's on song, if he's in a mood. But what he's doing at the moment, he's ensuring he gives the majority of the strike to Rizwan, because he's the man who's really tonking the ball all over the park. Now this is high up in the air. It's an outside edge. It's flying away towards the third man. Does the ball have enough legs? It's a teaser. Oh, brilliant. Nicely done. Fielding has been absolutely top notch from the London boys so far, what we have witnessed in this game. Look at this effort. It was a teaser, but nicely done. Yeah, umpire just wanted to have a quick look, but he is satisfied. So decent over, just the 4 runs. Miqdad does not bowl with express pace, but has excellent control. And that is what we have seen in this over so far. Driven nicely. Gets a single, Ishtiaq. Moves on to 16. Nonetheless, a brilliant over and a good start by Miqdad, giving just the 5 runs in his first over. It's 5 gone, 44 for no loss. Well, this partnership is looking quite threatening now. These two openers have gotten their team off to a flying start. And that's what you desire when you come out to play your opening game in a tournament. Just boosts your morale in the camp 44 for no loss. Still 7 more overs to go. And I'm pretty much optimistic now. Rizwan will be giving a nod to Ishtiaq and ask him also to cut loose and go for the big hits. Placed towards Finder, gets a single again, does the right thing, is ensuring he gives the strike back to Rizwan. Salim, another quality bowler. Good to see the captain has now decided to get spin into the attack, because fast bowlers just could not get their lengths. The lines were okay, but the lengths was a concern. So now let's see if Salim can get any kind of initial turn from this surface. Another quality bowler, does have the knack of picking up wickets for his team, and also has vast experience to be bowling away the new ball, which, mind you, isn't an easy art. Tossed up delivery. Oh, very close. Could have easily chopped back onto the stumps on an off day, but lucky escape for Rizwan. I really like this ploy from Salim. You can clearly see what he's trying to do is ensuring he does not give any pace onto the ball, is enticing the batter to really go after the ball and try to play those big shots, flighting the delivery, and that's what I personally love when spinners really give it a toss. Gets a single, so decent start by Salim. So just the 3 singles so far. Salim is doing a decent job. So all of a sudden now, London boys, they've slightly pulled things back. We saw an excellent last over, and now Salim also ensuring he bowls at the right channel. Something's got to give now. Hits it down the ground yet again, gets a single. So no boundaries from the last over. London boys just feel like they have now realized that it is that kind of a surface where just need to vary your pace. You need to just play around with your lengths. Still plenty of batting to come, mind you. They do bat deep, so that is an added advantage. But clearly now, the sign and the signal will be coming in from the camp to go after the bowlers. Beautifully done. Once again, excellent delivery. And Salim is bowling a lovely over. Just a 4-1. 6 gone, 48 for no loss. Well, it's a fascinating start to this opening game of Sigma Premier League Season 3. So, more spin being introduced. Tossed up delivery, and that is surely going to be called as a wide. So, not the best of starts. The idea was right yet again. Surely there was a bit of a meeting going on in the drinks break. The captain would have asked his bowlers to really slow down with your pace and let the batters really use their force. Try to really entice the batters to go for a big shot. And that's the right ploy. Plenty of field changes have been made already in this game. So nobody patrolling in the offside. They've got a long off in position, deep square, deep mid wicket, long on in position. Well, yeah, they do have a deep cover in position, which is quite wider. Tossed up delivery, just wanted to hit it too hard, wanted to send it to outer space, but not really getting the desired connection, but still will get a couple of more runs. And that's something which we've seen, which is brilliant by Rad and Dust batters. The running between the wickets has been absolutely top notch. Tossed up yet again. Now this is high up in the air. Where has this gone? Straight into the throat of the fielder. Brilliant bit of fielding. And the spinners have certainly made life tough for the batters out in the middle. London boys strike. It was there to be hit. Flighted delivery, but found the fielder. And lovely bit of fielding. Excellent take. Makes no mistake. You can see how happy the dugout is behind. So, first wicket goes down for Rad and Dust, and a must required one for London boys. Good bit of batting by Ishtiaq, but getting out at the wrong time. Well, it's a dream start for Babu, getting a wicket in his very first over. And clearly the plan is right. He is giving a lot of flight, a lot of air. And he is literally inviting the batter, if you really want to take me down, go for it. And he has won that mini battle. He's picked up the first wicket. And London boys strike at the right time. Now this is up in the air once again. It's high. And I think it's gone all the way. Lovely strike. Too full. And he has dispatched this out of the park. What an eventful over already. We've seen a wicket. And straight away in the very first delivery, he's come out with a mission. Look at that. That is a lovely stroke. Hit hard down the ground. Once again, this is high in the air. Away from the fielder, the ball just plucking into the surface. And well, surprisingly, they've decided to just stick for one run. I think there was always 2 runs. Clearly, the plan is quite simple. The batters have been asked to go out there and to really express yourself out, because you don't really have much time in your hands. Running out of overs. So no real sighters for the batters, no privilege to really knock it around and have a feel of the wicket. Go out there and just unleash, go for the big hits. So nobody patrolling towards the offside. All the fielders are in the circle. They have a packed leg side field though. Now that's going to be called as a wide, yeah. Babu, one thing he needs to ensure does not get predictable. Maybe just can bowl one fuller and try to just bamboozle the batter. Surprise him with a quicker delivery. A flipper. 12 runs already. Expensive over, but has picked up an important wicket as well. This is tossed up. Lovely delivery. Excellent comeback. We've seen a few wides in this over as well. Babu needs to adjust his line. Try to bowl towards the fifth stump channel. Shuffles across the stump and he's missed out. Surely that should have been really hit out of the stadium. But lucky for Babu. Gives only a single to close out. An expensive over. 7 gone, 61 for 1. So Babu getting the all-important breakthrough for his side, but the problem was he gave a few runs, 13 runs coming in the last over. Might just see fireworks from here onwards. The two batters. This one we've seen how brilliant he's been, the left-handed stylish batter. We've seen some glorious strokes from his blade. Now that's going down the leg side. Easy decision for the umpire. They have stolen a single there. Excellent calling. And good response coming in from Rizwan as well. Yeah, just trying to bowl with an angle. With that kind of action, I don't really think he's going to get a lot of turn. The ball will just hold its line and just keep on going with the angle towards the leg stump. So as a batter, Shabir needs to be careful. He doesn't play across the line. This is high up in the air. A couple of bounces and gets a single. Shabir, you can clearly see that he's been sent out for a purpose, and that is to really go out and express yourself. Get 20, 25 quick runs for your team. He's a tall man. He's a strong bloke. Shabir, we know how destructive he could be if he gets going. Oh, smashed, hammered towards the cover region. And will find the fence. Lovely stroke yet again by Rizwan. Races on to 34. And now surely he would be eyeing to reach his half century in this opening game. That is a very tough shot to execute. And how simple has Rizwan made it look like. What sublime touch. Also seems to be technically very sound. Mind you, we've seen already a few big hits coming in, but then that was a proper cricketing stroke and a very tough one to execute. Such is the class of this man on your screen, Rizwan, who's just 16 more runs away. Should be getting his 50. A well-deserved one. Now this is miscued. And for a moment his heart would have been in the mouth because that could have gone anywhere. But luckily falling in no man's land. 68 for 1. How many can they get more? Just 4 more overs to go after this. Oh, smashed! That is out of the stadium. It is a humongous hit by Shabir. Such a powerful bloke. And if you bowl anything in his arc, this is what Shabir can do to you. New ball, please. Because this one is not coming back. He's such an entertainer, is Shabir. 14 runs already in 4 deliveries. And Salim is getting some treatment. 13 runs in this over. Now all of a sudden the runs have started to flow for Rad and Dust. Shabir, what a fine talent. That this man can really strike the ball hard. He's a very powerful man. An absolute destructive machine. Salim, surely he would be under some pressure. One thing you need to ensure, don't ball full to Shabir. Oh, beautifully done. Some drift in the air. Lovely delivery. A polite inquiry by Shabir to the umpire as to that was a wide or not. The umpire thinks otherwise. Exciting over comes to the end. 8 gone, 74 for 1. It's testing times here for the men in blue out there. London boys are struggling there in the middle, giving a lot of runs in the last 2 overs. We've seen runs being leaked. In the last over, Shabir striking the ball so hard made that ball disappear. Nicely bowled and equally well played, knowing that the fine leg fielder was way too fine. So, smart bit of cricket. Rizwan, you can see, is getting slightly tired out there, which is quite understandable. The conditions, which I mentioned early on as well, here in Sharjah, it's extremely hot and humid. So, hats off to these men in the middle. They're doing a decent job to be playing under such conditions. Shows the strength of these men. Now this is gonna be given as out. Well, Shabir will have to depart, and that is a big wicket going down. And what a moment to pick up Shabir, because this was the moment Rad and Dust would have wanted him to stay out there. Short delivery. He could have literally just hit towards the deep point region. Rather, he's trying to hit the too hard towards deep mid wicket and has given his wicket away. So second wicket now has fallen down for Rad and Dust. London boys picking up an important wicket in the context of play, because we saw how destructive Shabir was, hitting a huge six. McDowd picking up an important wicket. Now it's going to be a wide. Not the best of deliveries, drifting down the leg side. That's something which we have seen. They've given a lot of extras in this innings. And that is something which they need to control. When you're playing a shorter format, you would want to ensure you don't gift runs to the opponents. Rizwan, 36 and just 25 deliveries. This is high up in the air once again. Long chase for the fielder. Oh, does extremely well. So a couple of more runs for Rizwan. Surely they would be eyeing somewhere around 120. That is on the cards. Still 3 more overs to go after this. But what a time to pick up a wicket, because mind you, it's not going to be all that easy as a batter to just straight away come in and express yourself and try to go for the big shots. You really need a couple of deliveries to settle yourself in the middle. And that's something which they can't really afford, because we're already in the 9th over. So the batter will have to go hard on the very first delivery. Oh, this is a terrific comeback here now for the London boys. McDowd, what a terrific spell he's bowling. 10 runs in 11 deliveries and has picked up the most important wicket of this innings. Can he finish strong? Well, this has been played towards the third man region. Not the most elegant of strokes, a thick outside edge. And Rizwan moves on to 42. He was bowling so well until this loosener way down that offside channel, too full, giving a lot of room, and Rizwan getting a boundary to close out the 9th over. It's 83 for 2. Excellent last over by McDowd, picking up an important wicket. Oh, that's going to be a wide. That's a big, big wide. The batter trying to just chase the last delivery. Could have just easily left it alone, but trying to play away from his body and wanted to hit towards the deep extra cover where there is a fielder placed. So now decides to come around the wicket. Yet again tossed up. Now this is high up in the air. Oh, he's put it down. That was an easy chance. Maybe the sun coming into his eye line. That could be the only reason. Otherwise, this was supposed to be taken. Because the fielding so far we have seen, it has been
So 94 for 2 the RDS after 10 overs, going at a very good rate, just at around 9.4 runs an over. So 94 for 2. Alright, so it's Shafiq with a very, very good delivery to start up his over. Playing across the line. And the batter, it's Anis who gets caught right in the middle. And that's gonna hit middle stump. To say the least, that was a brilliant delivery from Shafiq. Another wicket by Stardust. Third one down here for the RAD and Dust. It's 94 for 3. So 94 for 3 after 10.1 overs. We've got another 10 more deliveries remaining in the innings. Ashwak, the new batter, who's just walked into bat at number 6. Well, it's crucial that they get going here. Nicely played. Oh, that was a valiant effort. I think he dived a bit too early there, but then had plenty of timing behind that. So that's a good way to get off the mark here for Ashfaq. That would give him a world of confidence coming into the innings. The Sigma Premier League underway, season 3. Well, certainly promises to be a very good contest over the next 72 hours, over the next 3 days. Certainly we look forward to some very good cricket coming up. RDS now 98 for 3. How much more can they get? They've got a sit batter on the other end. Oh, that was... the batter thought there was a wide. We in the com box here thought so too, but the umpire thought otherwise. But Shafiq's bowled extremely well, hasn't he? 1 for 17 of 2.4 overs. He's just gone at above a runner ball. So with this being a 12-over contest, I'd say that's a magnificent piece of effort here. 2 more deliveries remaining in a spell. Full toss. Has he timed this? No, he has not. So there's no timing behind that whatsoever. Well, that certainly did have hit me all over it, but the batter was in absolute no position to time that. All right, so now it's Rizwan, the set batter, on 43 of 30 balls. Can he get a half century here? Last ball. And he's got a thick outside edge. Ball runs away down to the third man boundary for 4. 100 comes up here for the R&D. For the RDS. 103 for 3 at the end of the 11th over with 1 over to play. So last over of the innings coming up. And starts off with a very good delivery. Moves slightly away from the right-hander there. Ashfaq, who's just walked into bat, can be quite a challenge on this surface to get going straight away. There we saw the last ball. In fact, the delivery before that, where he did get the toe end of the bat, not able to get that out of the park there. Ashfaq will be quite disappointed with that. Well, now the fact of the matter here is with 5 more deliveries remaining, the question is how much more can the RDS get? Miqdad also being quite economical, 2.1 overs, 1 for 14. Nicely bowled, and that's a brilliant delivery. Oh, playing across the line, a straight one, and the batter has absolutely missed it. All ends up. Well, it's a case of you miss and I hit. And this time it is Miqdad who's hit the timber. Well, there's some high quality bowling here by the London boys. 4 wickets down now for 103 on the board. New batter is Hassan Darwish walking into bat at number 6. 4 more deliveries to go. The question here is, does he just get a single and get the set batter back on strike here? Rizwan batting beautifully on the other end. 47 of 31 balls with 7 boundaries and a 6, going at a strike rate of 150. Well, he'll need to take the maximum strike here in this last over. Well, the batter has got a leg side heavy field. Another left-hander walks in at number 6, Hassan Darwish. They've got a deep square leg, a deep mid-wicket, a cow corner. There's one at long on and long off. All right, here we go. Well, that's a huge heave, not going anywhere, and the best result there for the R&D boys, RDS boys. with the strike back to Rizwan, who's on 47. He's one hit away now. What would be a magnificent half century, putting his team into a very good position. All right, here we go. Down the leg side, he's got to re-bowl that. Well, certainly hot conditions out there for players as well. Well, we're very much past the peak of summer, even though during the night times temperatures are a lot nicer. It's still quite warm out there at this time of the day. And he's got to re-bowl that again. So a couple of wides. The pressure has been telling on the bowler here, Miqdad. He's bowled quite well. There's no reason for panic. He's got a wicket in this over. He's just got to make sure that he bowls the right line and length. A bit of left-hand, right-hand combination change earlier on. We'll need to get him adjust his wicket. And this is a good shot. What a stroke. One bounce into the boundary ropes. And that's a half century there for Rizwan. Welcome at the hour, come at the man. What an innings this has been. 51 of 32 balls. Well, when his team needed the most, he put his hand up and made it count. What a magnificent innings this has been by the left-hander. Starting the Sigma Premier League Season 3 in style for the RDS. It is Rizwan who's come to the party. 2 more balls remaining and he might have to re-bowl that. Well, that's surprisingly not been given a wide. Well, yes, the batter did move a long way to the offside. But I felt if had the batter been stationary, that would still have been down the leg. Well, he's dodged a bullet there. Last ball of the over now. Well, he'll be quite disappointed. Doesn't time that they're pushing back for a second. A wayward throw to the wicketkeeper enables them to get a couple of runs easily. So finally the innings come to an end. RDS wrap their innings up for 112 for 4 in 12 overs with a run rate of 9.33 to be exact. Well, will this be enough? Time will tell, but RDS, they've got runs on the board. They certainly can breathe a sigh of relief that the bowlers will have something to bowl at when they come out to bowl. 113 is the required target for victory here for the London boys when they come out to bat in a few minutes. Miqdad finishes off 2 for 23 of his 3 overs. And 112 for 4 is all what they managed to get. Well, let's have a look at the highlights there. In fact, those were the wickets that fell. Well, there was a boundary. A very well played shot there. In fact, the highlights package certainly showing us some good strokes there by the batters early on in the innings to get things going. Some very, very good strokes there by Rizwan, who's carried his bat throughout the innings. Came in to open the proceedings. And he stood there like a rock for his team. It was a fantastic innings. And just look at those for some strokes. Right throughout, all over the park. Some glorious hits there. And then you also had others contributing. Then there were some wickets that fell through. Some good catching as well by the fielding team. And even in spite of all of this, Rizwan kept going. Was a very, very good innings under the circumstances. That was the wicket that fell early on. They caught behind. And some pure timing and elegance there by Rizwan in his innings. Well, he was the cornerstone here for the London boys. And those strokes were also Couple of dropped chances in the deep. Some loopy deliveries, very, very hard to get, but on that occasion, he did manage to clear the fielders. It's a very good delivery right there towards the end of the innings there. Some good quality tight bowling, just made sure that they managed to limit the scoring, and not too many damage was done right there towards the end. That was the way how Rizwan brought up his half century. Well, as far as the innings was concerned, right at the top you had Ishtiaq and Rizwan open the proceedings, open the batting for their team, 20 and 53 respectively, and Shabir Ali came in the middle, 14 of 6 balls for him, and they managed to get 112 for 4 in their 12 overs. Well, the bowling card, Shafiq, 3 overs, 1 for 22, and Babu 1 for 24. But the pick of the ball has been Miqdad, 2 for 23 of his 3 overs. Quite economical to say the least as well, going at an economy rate of 7.67. Were the pick of the bowlers here for the London boys. Well, we're now going to take a short break, and when we come back, we'll have the run chase of the London boys. Do stay tuned.
DERIK mark, the mark of magnificence. DERIK mark, the mark of magnificence. DERIK mark, the mark
All right, so we have the run chase that's just about to take place, and there you see it on screen. The batters are just walking out to the center. It certainly promises to be a very good run chase. The first match of the Sigma Premier League Season 3. The RDS scoring 112 for 4 in their allotted 12 overs, with now the team London Boys requiring 113 for victory. Well, it all comes down to the fact that they get a good start early on in the innings, not lose too many wickets, and if they can do that, they'll certainly be in the driver's seat. Well, that's the players of the next game, the ABC boys. Looks like well rested with their families, all out here in to support their respective teams. Well, what a venue to have an event such as the Sigma Premier League here, the iconic SHARJAH Cricket Stadium. As it says behind, on those big white letters behind the umpire's back, it says it all started here. It certainly did. Have some magnificent memories over the years at the international arena. Some big names that have walked the field. And as a cricketer, can be any level that you play. It can always be a very special occasion to pad up and walk out to bat on this very venue. So the fielders are taking their positions. Looks like very much an offside heavy field. He's got a mid-off, a cover, an extra cover. Also got a point, a gully in place. Sorry, I beg your pardon, a point and a short third man. And there is also a deep point on the boundary ropes. Mid-on, square leg, and short fine in place as well. And there's one at long off. So two boundary riders, one at long off and another at deep point. So we're all set to go for the second innings. Here we go, ball number 1. Starts off with a wide delivery. That one was completely off the tracker. First runs on the board here for the London Boys. So it's Shafiq and Mubir opening the batting here for the London Boys. And Shabir taking the new ball. That was a Jaffa. A very good delivery. Well, that's the line and length he's got to persist on. It was extremely potent, to say the least. Well, you'll have to be extremely good to get an edge there. That was a perfect line and length there from Shabir. In fact, being called a... Well, that's another wide down the leg side. So, well, he slightly wavered here, Shabir. Well, this is in the air. A couple of bouncers. The fielder in the deep at long off will cut it off. So the first runs of the bat here for London boys. Shafiq is off the mark. Nicely played off the back foot there. Good delivery. Well, this is what he's got to do here, hasn't he, Shabir? Not try anything too fancy. Just focus on lines and lengths. Just make sure that you don't give any freebies or bowl extras. Nicely bowled once again. And he's caused a bit of trouble here for the batters when he's got it right. Well, they don't have to press the panic button just yet, the opening batters. They just need to get a bit of a sighter. Oh, that was an opportunity which I'm sure the batter will be disappointed that he missed out. Was a bit too short and wide. There is a fielder positioned exactly for that shot at deep point. Looking quite relaxed, the London boys. Solidly played behind that. There's a good comeback here by Shabir. He's kept things nice and tight. The over comes to an end. It's 3 for no loss after the end of the first over. No problem. So 3 for no loss at the end of the first over. And Shafiq having bowled a very good first over in spite of bowling a couple of wides. And now it's going to be Anis who's coming into the attack. Oh, that's a very good shot. Beautifully played behind square. And a boundary, the first boundary here for the London boys. And it's come off the bat of Shafiq. Very well played there. That was a bit too short. He just rocked back on the back foot and placed it very nicely behind square. Well, that would give him a world of confidence here for Shafiq. He bowled extremely well today. Had a good day with the ball, and now, well, he's been entrusted to do a job with the bat. Flighted again, missed out. That was an opportunity. That was a good chance. There's no fielders around that extra cover region. If he can get some bat there, that would have been easy runs. Well, playing across the line, that's a very risky thing to do. You just got to make sure that you play with a straight bat here. Oh, once again, very well bowled. Beautiful flight here by Anis. He's enticing the batter to come forward. He's enticing the batter to go after him. This is what you call just dangling that carrot in front of the batter's face. Well, now he's got the mid-on straighter. Well, I'm not sure if this is the right ploy. Shafiq, he's tried to play 3 balls across the line. 4 balls, in fact, and he's missed all 4. After going for a boundary of the first ball, Anis has come back quite well. Last ball of the over. Well, this time he's connected it. Fielder will just watch it sail over his head for a maximum. Magnificent hit there by Shafiq. Well, just look at that replay once again. A bit too full. And he had some long levers there ready to take the ball on and deposits that over the boundary ropes. A good over, unfortunately, gets spoiled by that 6 at the end of the over. 10 runs come from it, 13 for no loss. Well, nicely bowled there. Shabir will bowl his second over. 14 on the board. Still a long way to go. Mind you, it is a 12-over contest here at the Sigma Premier League Season 3. Plenty of cricket to come. Beautifully played there. A quick single towards point. And Mubir, in fact, that was Shafiq who gets a single. Well, Mubir on the other end, 1 of 5 balls. It's taken some time. Well, they'll need runs. They need to try and utilize these power play overs. Oh, beautiful delivery. Just look at that. An absolute jaffa. Moved away from the right-hander at the very last moment. There's very little a batter could do when the ball starts swinging on right angles. That certainly would give the bowler a lot of confidence. quick single towards mid-off. $15 on the board. They need some big sixers now. Well, there's an opportunity. Fielder takes the catch. The first wicket falls, and that was a loose dismissal. It is Shafiq who has to walk back to the dugout. Look at that, advancing down the pitch, a couple of strides forward, trying to go over mid-on. Gets the toe end of the bat, and the RDS will be extremely happy because they managed to get the batter, who did manage to get a couple of boundaries, back to the dugout. A huge moment here. First wicket down now for the London boys. It's 16 for 1. Oh, beautiful delivery. What a startup delivery there to the new batter. Well, that was certainly almost unplayable. A magnificent over comes to an end. Adnan Bashir, the new batter, well, he didn't have much answers to that. It's 16 for 1. Oh, that's a good shot, but straight to the field in the deep. Well, Mubir had actually nailed that on the middle of the bat. Very unfortunate for him. He managed to pick one sole fielder on the boundary rope to cut that off. Nevertheless, as a batter, every single time you manage to hit the ball at the middle of the bat, that would certainly give you a lot of confidence into your innings. Oh, good delivery. New bowler coming into bowl is Abdullah. Well, one thing I can assure you is every single cricketer out there, this will be a very decisive moment for them, representing their teams at this iconic stadium. So they're certainly, every single one of them will want to put their hands up and get noticed. And what a platform to do that here at the Sigma Premier League Season 3. Some beautiful lines and lengths here by Abdullah. A couple of big heaves. Adnan is not able to connect. Just swinging blind at this stage. They'll need to take account of the scoring rate. Oh, that's a good shot. What a hit. What a magnificent shot there by Adnan Bashir. That one was off the middle of the bat. And perhaps for me, that was the shot of the day. Look at that shot and pose. One for the cameras from Adnan Bashir. What a way to get off the mark. 6 down the ground after 4 dot deliveries. Well, that would give him a world of confidence. And Abdullah on the other end, he bowled very good deliveries initially, first 4 balls. This one was just slightly over pitched and certainly punished. A single to end the over. Thought of a couple there. 4 overs done. RDS 24 for 1. So it's going to be Marshuk now coming into the attack. Left arm spinner. Well, just knocked around to the corner towards the fine leg region for a quick single. 25 for 1. Both batters will want to get a partnership going here for their team. Well, this kind of format, before you realize, you're already behind the red ball. 12 over format sometimes before you feel that, okay, I may have a few deliveries that I can get my eye in, but then the run rate would have shoot up by then. So it's very crucial they keep runs coming. An extra on that occasion there by Marshuk. Looks a very steady left arm spinner. Oh, beautiful delivery. Lines and lengths have been perfect. Reminds me a little bit of Akshar Patel from India. That bowling action from Marshuk. A tall, lanky left arm spinner. So now the 87 more runs required for victory of 7.4 overs, 46 balls. Required run rate just above 11 runs and over. That can shoot up pretty fast is what I meant. When the innings started, it started at just around 9 runs and over. Well, there's some quality bowling here. Marshuk, well, he certainly looks like the real deal. Beautiful action. Quicker delivery, he's turning the ball as well. The lines and lengths have been brilliant. 2 more balls to complete the over. Look at that. Brilliant stuff. Well, single is not going to help here for the London boys. They need some big hits to come up pretty fast. Approaching the end of the 5th over. London boys now 30 for 1. Oh, that was a huge heave. He was trying to wind that into his arc, but not timing that anywhere close. So single to end the over. 7 runs come off that first over from Marshuk. It's 31 for 1 after 5. Oh, beautifully bowled there. Very nicely bowled. Just take this. Okay, and then take. Okay. Bro, come from behind. And then well, another huge heave there. Well, that's a good shot. This in the air. Two fielders almost colliding. Well, once again, getting more elevation than distance there. Nevertheless, the batters, they live to fight another day. Well, this time, he's flashed that hard outside off stump. The fielder in the deep will cut it off. They come back for a couple. Is this going to be a run-out opportunity? No, in fact, he's just made his crease back in time. Well, some quick couple being taken. But nevertheless, that's the intent that the batters need to show at this stage. With another 7 overs to go, they need to make sure that they keep the runs coming in. The required run rate is just climbing at this stage. Well, that's a beautiful looking cover drive, but not enough timing behind it. And they'll get a couple of runs. So far, the over's been quite tight here by Abdullah. One more delivery remaining to end the 6th. 37 now on the board, and they desperately need a partnership here at this stage, the London boys. Last ball of the over. Oh, good delivery. Very good delivery. Yorkerland this time digs it out for a single to end the 6th over. It's 38 for 1 after 6.
magnificence.
So I believe it's going to be Marshuk who will continue, the left arm spinner. Well, he's got an offside heavy field. Once again, a very, very good delivery. Well, runs are difficult to come back here for the London boys. They've been struggling to find the boundary ropes, thanks to some quality bowling here by the RDS. Well, that's a good shot. Fielder takes it, and a brilliant take on the boundary rope. Well, that one was certainly in the slot to go after. But just look at that for an effort by the fielder. Some serious piece of catching there. On the boundary rope, running towards his left. Well, Mubir would be very disappointed because he got all of it. But the catching in the deep was absolutely impeccable, to say the least. A huge wicket under the circumstances. Mubir departs for 13. Well, he struggled to get going. He's 38 for 2. Beautiful ball, asking the question from the umpire. But I felt that maybe it was just missing the stumps. Well, this would be a very interesting replay if there was one. But Miqdad, the new batter at number 4. And he's bowled him. He's bowled him. What a delivery. Marshuk with a double struck in this over. Look at that beautiful flight. Goes straight with the arm. Plays all over it. And he's absolutely castled by a magnificent ball there by Marshuk. Well, Miqdad doesn't trouble the score as much. He has to walk to the dugout for a duck. It's 38 for 3. Now the London boys in all sorts of trouble. Well, what an over. What a magnificent over here by Marshuk. 2 wickets in the over so far. And the new batter, Shabir, is walked out to bat at number 5. Losing wickets in regular intervals with the London boys. And at this stage, the RDS are in a commanding position. Well, what an over. Look at that. 0 runs and 2 wickets. One more delivery remaining to complete. And that's a double wicket maiden. A double wicket maiden. How often can you say this in the shorter format, especially even more so in the 12 over format? Magnificent stuff here by Marshuk. 7 overs done. It's 38 for 3.
Oh, what a brilliant last over we witnessed. Couple of very important wickets falling in the context of play. Just the last 5 overs, plenty of runs to be scored. 75 is what they need. The required run rate is now to 15 runs per over to be precise. Harris to bowl his first over. Oh, that is a horrid start. And it just looks like he's lost balance and completely lost the grip onto the ball. It just slipped out of his hand. But what a brilliant display here by Rad and Dust, first putting on a decent target of 112 in the lot of 12 overs. And in process, Team London boys are struggling at the moment. What they need is a couple of huge overs if they ever would want to chase this. Umpire wants to have a look as to where is that pitch, where has the ball landed. I think it was within the play area, so it's going to be given as a wide. Yeah, right call made by the umpire. Yeah, not the best of starts by Harris. First, a wide given on the offside channel, a big wide, and now drifting onto the leg side. So he's a little shaky out there, a bit wavered, but nonetheless, excellent glove work behind the stumps. That's a short delivery. It's been pulled away. It's going towards the fence, and a much needed boundary. Adnan, he's out there for quite a long time now, and it's a high time they need to shift gears and try to ensure they get a big over of 20, maybe 23, 24. That is certainly going to bring them back into the contest. But so far, the pendulum has shifted heavily towards Rad and Dust. Short once again. It's he tried to pull that towards fine leg and completely missed out on that. And clearly, he wasn't very happy with the last shot he's offered, because that really should have been hit out of the park. Good start to the over for Team London boys. Already 7 is what they've got in the first 2 deliveries. Can they convert this 7 into a big one? Oh, beautifully bowled. But if you can bowl deliveries like this, why don't you? Clearly, we could see that Harris did get some lateral movement in the air. We're into the 8th over, and that's something which you don't really see much often. The ball moving around, hooping in sharply in the 8th over. Yeah, I think this now might just be called as a no ball because, yeah, right call by the umpire. That is landed outside the play area, and hence the umpire has called that as a no ball. Sharp delivery, and Shabir, he knows that he's missed out onto that one. What a brilliant bowling performance we have seen by the Rad and Dust bowlers. The attack bowlers really setting the tone early on. Shabir bowling 8 dot deliveries, mind you, in his 2 overs. Beautifully bowled. That is a good length. And that's what you need to do really when you're bowling on these wickets, where you know there is really some assistance for the fast bowlers. So you just need to go back to your basics and ensure you pitch the ball at the right length, because the batters aren't really going after you. So all you need to do is just pitch the ball in the right channel, and the wicket will assist you. Another wide. Yeah, this is turning out to be quite a lengthy over. Haris is struggling here. The good news is they need plenty of runs. If they needed 45 to 50 runs, I'm sure the captain would have been absolutely furious with him at the moment. Oh, he's missed out. Surely he's missed out. It was in the slot. But nonetheless, lengthy over comes to the end. It's 8 gone, 48 for 3. Right then, it's getting tough now here for Team London boys. Just the last 4 overs remaining. And that has been worked away towards a deep square leg long chase, and the fielder has given it up. So this is a good start to the over. Rad and Dust team will believe that they need to ensure they don't give any freebies. They will want to ensure to win by a big margin. That is pretty much possible, but then that too could change in a jiffy if these two out there in the center decide to really go after the bowling. Required run rate is climbing after every delivery. 16 runs per over is what they need. Oh, that's close. And the umpire straight away, I think he's indicated that maybe there was some bat involved. Also, I think that was also going down the leg side. So, yet again, the umpiring standards have been absolutely top-notch. Made some excellent decisions, and yet again, spot on, making the right call. He's bowled decent so far. Having a deep cover, deep square, deep mid, long on, long off in position. Now this is high up in the air. And not getting it off the middle of the bat. Nonetheless, they will scamper back for the second. Yeah, that is something they need now. Big hits. They can't really afford any kind of dot deliveries. And on the other end, Rad and Dust, they're going to be fine with the singles and doubles. That's not really going to harm them. It's the boundaries and the maximums which they need to ensure they don't give out at this stage. We have seen funny things happen in a shorter format. 58 is still possible in 21 deliveries. But Rad and Dust, surely they have done their homework. Especially if you talk about Marshuk. Well, this man has been super impressive. Bowling a maiden, mind you, double wicket maiden. in a shorter format. That is something to really cherish about. And that is the man on your screen. Marshuk is already made a highlight in this tournament, and plenty would be expected by Marshuk. Already done a fabulous job. Just a couple of more deliveries. Can he pick up a wicket? For my liking, he's been just a touch too short in this over. Maybe he can just go back to his stock delivery, which is fuller. Yeah, he did so, but the problem was the line. Tried to fire it onto the stumps. Wide call by the umpire. Yeah, perfect length, but line, well, that went horribly wrong. And excellent bit of glove work behind the stumps. So can Shabir get a few runs in this last two deliveries? Can he strike big? Oh, he tries to, but very close to the off stump. Could have easily lost his wicket. But what a top spell we are witnessing by Marshuk. Top quality bowling. 17 runs is all what he's offered, and picked up those 2 wickets at a very important stage of the game. Really has put the London boys on the back foot. Now this has been swept, but no real damage done. Just a single to end the over. Excellent stuff here by Marshuk. He's done for the afternoon. It's 9 gone, 60 for 3. So more spin being introduced here by the captain, which I believe is the right thing to do, because we have seen that the spinners have really caused trouble for the batters, and have gotten some assistance of the surface. Now this is up in the air, but hasn't really found the timing yet again. Every time they've tried to hit the ball too hard, they do get the elevation, but not the distance. And we need to give credit to the bowlers. They've bowled very smartly, ensured they don't really offer much pace to the batters. Flighting, tossing up, asking and inviting the batters to rather use their power and force, try to go for the big hits. Yeah, there you go, just like that. Brilliant. This is very smart approach. Oh, a bit of a fumble. Luckily, not going towards the boundary. Well, this man had an excellent outing just an hour ago. 53 unbeaten in 34 balls with 8 boundaries and a maximum to his name. And now he's doing a fine job. Yeah, it's just getting out of hands now. And that is what happens when you chase a big target and you don't really start off well. So there's a lot of catching up work which needs to be done. And Adnan, Shabir, both have gotten good starts. Again, this is played towards the cow corner. It's gone for a huge maximum. It's a biggie. That's out of here. They need plenty more of those. Brilliant hit. That has come right from the sweet spot of his bat. Getting 6 more valuable runs, and they'll need these consistently if they ever so have a chance to even get close to this target. Drills it down the ground. Umpire, he's done a fine job to get out of the way. And you can see the right smile on his face. He knows that he was in the firing line. Gets another boundary. So it's turning out to be a handy over. But remember, they need almost 19 runs per over. So if he hits the maximum on this delivery, that will make it 19 from the over. And they'll need another 19 to 19 in the next 2 overs. So still tough, but doable. Again, big hit. And found the fielder. It was there for the taking. Very unlucky. So expensive over by Rizwan comes to the end. It's 10 gone. 74 for 3. Well, this man on your screen had a great outing so far. 2 overs, 6 runs and a wicket to his name. Starts with a short delivery, outside edge. Not the best of deliveries, I would say, because the third man was in the circle. So all he had to do is just go hard at the ball. But luckily for Shabir, there was only a single. Bellstone. Well, this team we will be seeing in action later on in the third game of today. Hits it down the ground, doesn't really have the timing or the power. Coming back with the second singles and doubles. That's not really going to worry team Rad and Dust. So 36 is what is required. We've seen some quality bowling so far. Now this is high in the air and he's put it down. Well, that was an absolute dolly, a sitter. And Shabir is livid because that was the easiest of takes. Nonetheless, has spilled that. There you go, Kashif Billah, right smile on his face. Very experienced umpire here in the domestic circuit, Mr. Kashif Billah. Right then, 35 still needed. 24 runs almost an over. It's very difficult now. That's slashed away, but no real power behind the shot. Again, just a couple of runs, and this is exactly what I was mentioning just a couple of deliveries ago, that Shabir, if he wants to bowl this length, maybe he could just take the short third and place him towards the deep third man, and then opt to bowl the short deliveries. So it's more like a double bluff game he's playing at the moment, Shabir, with the 2 batters. You can see now Shabir on the other end. He's really getting tired now. He's running out of gas, and which is quite understandable. This is up in the air again. Just a single. Conditions out there, mind you. It's very, very hot, very humid. So the players, they need to ensure they keep themselves well hydrated, with the electrolytes going in their favor. Oh, what just happened there? Lovely delivery. And he has dislodged the stumps, rattled. What a beautiful ball. Shabir gets Shabir. What just happened there? And that was the previous shot he's played. Nonetheless, what a brilliant delivery to close out the 11th over. It's 81 for 4. Yeah, it just looks like the match is pretty much done and dusted now. 32 more required in the last over. And he's bowled a decent first over. Comes in to bowl the last. Now this is played aerial, but protection in the deep. The field setup is brilliant now. They're going for the second. Is this a chance? No, brilliant. Excellent bit of running between the two. Fasil on the other end, who's just walked in, doesn't have any time whatsoever to adjust himself. He'll have to hit each and every ball out of the park. So 30 more required. 5 sixes are what they need. This is high up in the air, but no power yet again. Gets another couple. So it's pretty much done and dusted now. 28 needed in 4. Don't ball or no ball. Anis, keep things simple. Try to get a wicket or two under your name. What an opportunity, because you know that the batter is surely going to go after you. He does so, but this has been a problem for the London boys, that they've been trying to hit the ball a bit too hard. They haven't really read this wicket properly, because it is a wicket where the ball does hold up slightly. So that was a challenge, and you really needed to adapt and adjust to the conditions as quickly as you can. And that is what we saw in the first innings. Rad and Dust. Brilliant opening partnership. Ishtiaq 20, Rizwan 53. Shabir Ali coming in and tonking those two huge sixes. One we just went out of the stadium. So that is one man to watch out for in this season of Sigma Premier League 2025. Hits it hard, hits it really hard, inside out, gets a boundary. But that's not really going to trouble Rad and Dust. But beautiful stroke using his feet. And Anis has been slightly expensive, but that's irrelevant. It doesn't really matter, because this match is done and dusted. Can Adnan hit a 6 and get his 50? Personal milestone. Well, it seems like he has or he hasn't. Oh, I think he's put it down and it's gone all the way for a 6. So that means Adnan will get his 50. What a tremendous knock this has been. 50 in just 26 deliveries. Yeah, surely you deserve to celebrate, because you have really fought well. The lone warrior. Problem was he was running out of partners. Yeah, that was the drop chance. That was a sitter, and yeah, I can't really believe his luck. Nonetheless, it is Rad and Dust winning their opening encounter comfortably by 15 runs. It has been an overall collective performance. If we talk about the batting, the bowling, and of course the fielding, has been absolutely top notch, apart from the last catch we dropped. But this team is certainly one to look out for in this tournament. So this is a great start. This will do a world of confidence. Well, that's the highlights package for you. And it was the two openers who came out and really did struggle, trying to hit a few big shots, but nothing really came out of the middle of the bat. And they just could not get the momentum in their favor. But the bowling has been absolutely brilliant. Catching, not so. Rad and Dust have dropped a few. We saw a few wayward deliveries as well. But in the end, Rad and Dust just ensured they keep on chipping in with wickets at the right intervals. That was a massive hit. Surely this man has given us a lot of entertainment. A brilliant shot. Once again, he was really looking in a good touch. As I said, the problem was running out of partners was Adnan Bashir. And that was the last delivery where he got a 6 and a 50 to his name. Well, that's how the innings have panned out. Shafiq and Mubir, both of them, they did get off to a good start, but really could not convert these 12-13 runs into a big one. Then came Adnan Bashir. Really gave a glimmer of hope to his team. 50 unbeaten, just 26, and then Miqdad and Shabir going cheaply. And in the end, is what they have gotten was 97 with the 10 extras to the total. A very impressive bowling card. Anis was slightly expensive. Abdullah, he did well, did not pick up a wicket. Shabir Ali, brilliant. 3 overs, 13 runs, 2 wickets. But for me, the pick of the bowlers was Marshook. 3 overs, a maiden, a double wicket maiden, mind you, and gave only 18 runs. Excellent collective performance by the bowling team of Rad and Dust, and well deservedly, they have won their first encounter by 15 runs. That's the match summary for you. Rad and Dust were put into bat first, mind you. It was Rizwan, the left-handed stylish batter, gets 53 in this 34 Ishtiaq, 20 runner ball, and Miqdad, he did well, picked up 2 wickets, Shafiq chipping into 1. In reply, Team London boys could manage just 97, falling short of 15 runs. Adnan was absolutely brilliant with his batting display, unbeaten 50. Other than that, all the batters did struggle. Shabir, Marshook, both these bowlers were absolutely brilliant. In the end, it is Rad and Dust winning their opening encounter by 15 runs of Sigma Premier League Season 3, 2025. Right then, we're just going to dive into a short break, and once we are back, we'll be all set for the presentation. Stay tuned.